Not Just October, a story of survival, written by Stephanie R. Kenyon, read by Stephanie R. Kenyon. Introduction. Being a victim of domestic violence changes your perception of love. The experience alters what you thought love was supposed to be. Worse than that, if you had no idea of what love was before the relationship, this experience shapes your whole idea of love into something it was never meant to be. Imagine thinking you have met the person of your dreams, and then imagine finding out they are your worst nightmare. That's what my experience with domestic violence felt like. It was a literal nightmare that I could not wake up from. I had found myself in a relationship with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. However, looking back, I don't think my abuser sought me out with ill intent, nor do I believe he didn't love me in his own way. The problem was his idea of love came from a dark place. I believe the abuse was his way of holding on to whoever he loved. This is in no way condoning his behavior. No matter how you slice it, love is not supposed to cause any intentional pain. He, like so many other young men, was not taught how to properly address his insecurities. So he used abuse to control the dynamic. Simply put, he just didn't know any better. Even as the victim, I believe the reason I allowed the abuse was because I didn't know any better either. It was the longest 3 years of my life. There were so many moments during the experience in which I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was in young love, and I misread the signs. What I thought was love was really insecurities on both our parts. It took me a very long time to heal from the pain. It took me even longer to be able to genuinely trust a man again. The abuse started when I was 21 and continued until I was 25. Prior to this relationship, I would immediately disconnect from a guy with violent tendencies. This relationship, however, was something completely different. To the world, I had hit the boyfriend jackpot, and I felt the same way. Little did I know what was waiting for me. Across the globe, there are countless women with a similar story. They are being abused at the hands of the man they love. They can't imagine there is a way of escape. I escaped, and I live to tell about it. Now I want to share my story of how I made it out of that toxic relationship. Not only do I want to share how I got out, but I also want to share how I healed. This is my effort to give other women who have been impacted on any level by domestic violence hope that they can get out, and more importantly, that they can heal. Nothing about domestic violence feels good. And sadly, the longer you stay, the more danger you put yourself in. Yearly, both men and women lose their lives at the hand of their intimate partner. My goal is to educate and to empower as it relates to domestic violence awareness. I pray that whoever reads this book will be empowered to believe there is hope and help. I pray you will find the courage to save yourself. So join me on this transparent journey of surviving domestic violence. I want to open up my life in an effort to save another woman's life.